Trust isn't something consumers think about every day until a moment happens that forces them to. A decline in another country, a suspicious charge in the middle of the night, a card that's suddenly missing. When the unexpected happens, the credential shouldn't make it worse. It should respond quickly, quietly, and automatically. So, a crisis never becomes a crisis. Welcome to Beyond the Card, a new series that focuses on what consumers are looking for and how issuers can ensure they are putting consumers first. Security used to be something consumers discovered only after the fact. A declined card, a confusing charge, a call to the bank. But the future of credential security is immediate, invisible, and contextual.
When you decline them at the point of purchase, it's hugely damaging to your brand if it's a legitimate transaction. In this particular example, I won't name the issuer, but I didn't get a push alert. As an example, I didn't get any notification around why I was declining. And ultimately, it meant that I switched to a different card.
A decline might stop fraud, but without insight, it also stops trust. So the credential must meet the consumer exactly where they are, in the moment that matters.
One of the things that I think, as an example, issuers and Visa has a obligation to do is to better meet the consumers where they are at the time that matters and to give them the relevant insights. So imagine, as an example, if instead I got a push alert that said, hey, you were declined for this reason, we suspect it's fraud because of XYZ reason, you're not normally there. Maybe I could tell the consumer, hey, here's the information about the location you were spending at, the merchant that you were spending at too. So just in case you weren't sure, you have that information available as well.
Security isn't just about stopping fraud. It's about helping consumers recover when the fraud rules get it wrong.
And imagine if you as a consumer then had the ability to resolve that decline. Maybe you would say, hey, this is a fraudulent transaction. Good that you declined it. Yes, continue to decline it and also give me a new card because clearly this was stolen and a compromised credential. That's awesome. That's a great moment that matters because you looked out for the consumer, you took care of them, and you gave them the means to get back to spending as quickly as possible. Again, great front-end digital experiences built on top of really great credentials.
Whether the transaction was legitimate or fraudulent, the path forward must be quick.
That's still a fantastic outcome for the consumer because what it says to the consumer is I, issuer, or I, Visa, am looking out for you. And I'm trying to make sure that you're not defrauded, as an example, and you have the relevant insights to then get to an informed decision.
This is the new standard, security that adapts, updates, and resolves in near real time. Losing a card used to mean losing access to subscriptions, to wallets, to everyday life. But tokenization changed the rules.
I spend almost exclusively using Apple Pay. I rarely bring my wallet around. Let's say I lost my card. And let's say I go into the issuer app and tell them, hey, I lost my card, send me a new replacement. The types of things that Visa can do for you is, yes, we can send you a new replacement card. And we have the supply chain to do it in, should be less than 24 hours for particular card types, as an example. And that's awesome. If I wanted my physical card, that's great. I'm glad I'll be able to get it. But the flip side of the equation as well is, if the consumer is like me and they only use Apple Pay for 80%, 90% of their transaction, what I also want to know is that you've now taken the credential, the token that was originally stored with Apple Pay, mapped it over to the new PAN so that my Apple Pay transactions will still work, as an example. And there's no disruption to my normal spending.
Reissuance shouldn't pause daily routines. Consumers expect their digital wallet to keep working, even before the new physical card arrives.
That's a literal example of something that we actually enable today in our digital portfolio through our solution called Push Provisioning, where we actually handle a lot of the back-end orchestration on top of the front-end experiences for the consumer as well.
Consumers want control over how, where, and when they spend, but they don't want that control to introduce new complexity or risk.
I actually think it reduces risks in a very significant way. Because ultimately, what you're saying to a consumer, again, it kind of goes back to the smart onboarding piece, right? Let's say, as an example, that a consumer sets a budget for themselves. I'm not going to name a number. They have some monthly budget, and the risk to the consumer is that they exceed their means, right? And so they say, okay, well, I have this budget, and I'd like you to tell me when I'm getting close to the budget. I'd like you to maybe even stop me if I'm going to spend on something that I shouldn't, as an example. The ability to facilitate that type of experience, notify the consumer proactively in the channel that they want, and to give them the means to customize these controls as well, to give new information, to drive new contextual insights.
Controls aren't guardrails, they're empowerment, and they reinforce trust by ensuring the credential reflects personal goals and boundaries. Payments are accelerating. Real-time money movement demands real-time security, and the next wave of innovation will shape how consumers trust intelligent credentials.
We've done a lot of studies, and we've talked with a lot of consumers. And if you tell them the value proposition, hey, you get to tell an AI bot what you care about, what you want, and we get to do the purchase on your behalf, and we take away a lot of the work. That sounds great until you put it to practice and the consumer realizes, wait, I might lose control of this thing. What if the bot buys something that actually I thought about it and I didn't want? What if it acts on old information that's no longer relevant?
AI-powered commerce can only succeed if it strengthens trust, not replaces it. That means ensuring every automated action remains transparent, reversible, and contextual.
It has to be easy, it has to be intelligent, it has to be secure. It could be as simple as just letting the consumer know, hey, you wanted to buy this thing. We found this amazing opportunity combining all of these different offers as an example on this site. This is maybe a temporary deal. Do you authorize this transaction? And as long as you're doing it in a way that is, again, timely, contextualized, insightful, and putting the power back in the hands of consumers, then you have a fantastic outcome for all parties involved. And those are the types of things that issuers, merchants, but also Visa needs to really focus on in order to facilitate these better experiences.
In a world where payments move instantly, consumers expect security to move even faster. A credential should defend without disruption, guide without friction, and recover automatically when the unexpected happens. Because trust isn't a feature, it's the foundation of every moment that matters.